viewers, and welcome to day 34 of India lockdown. Let us take you through some important headlines for today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today held a video conference with all the state CMs to discuss the ongoing coronavirus situation. This is the fourth such interaction by the Prime Minister since March 22nd. Among those present at the virtual meet included Home Minister Amit Shah, Health Minister Harshvardhan and top officials from the PMO. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the lockdown has yielded positive results as the country has managed to save thousands of lives in the past 1.5 months. He, however, forewarned that the danger of the virus is far from over and constant vigilance is of paramount importance. During the meeting, PM Modi also emphasized on the significance of ensuring that more people download the Arogya Setu app to bolster the efforts of the country in the battle against COVID-19. The Reserve Bank today announced 50,000 crore liquidity support for mutual funds. Under the Special Liquidity Facility Scheme, RBI will conduct a repo operations of 90 days tenure at the fixed repo rate. Funds availed under the scheme can be used by banks exclusively meeting the liquidity requirements of mutual funds. RBI's move has come post the Franklin Templeton's decision to close 6 debt funds and put redemptions on hold. The government is considering a Gst Relief Package to counter the impact of COVID-19. According to some sources, the package could include a 6-month suspension of GST payments for the worst hit sectors such as restaurants, aviation and hospitality, as well as a lower rate for the real estate sector. The retail industry body RAI has claimed that despite RBI's circular to banks to lend support to businesses, the ground reality is very different. Retailers are finding it difficult to access funds from banks for various reasons, the body says. RAI has also asked for government intervention to avoid mass unemployment in the sector. Over 1.5 lakh non-resident Keralites stranded in various countries have registered online for returning to the state once the centre gives the nod and air services resume. The Non-Resident Keralites Affairs Department had commenced the registration process at around 6 p.m. on Sunday. Over 1.5 lakh migrants have registered till Monday morning, with 60,000 from UAE alone. Well, now let's take a look at the numbers across different states. My colleague Sandesh will take you through the same. Over to you, Sandesh.
Thanks, Deepshika. Here's the latest tally as of 9 am today. India has reported 27,892 confirmed cases, including 20,835 active cases, 6,184 cured or discharged cases, with 872 casualties. With 5 new COVID-19 positive cases in Balasore, Odisha now has reached 108 coronavirus positive cases. First COVID-19 positive case reported in Jamtara, the total number of positive cases in Jharkhand now at 83. With 36 new positive cases reported, the total number of positive cases in Rajasthan rose to 2,221. 13 new COVID-19 cases reported in Bihar, the total number of cases in Bihar now at 290. One more person has tested positive for coronavirus in Uttarakhand, taking the total number of cases in the state to 51. The total number of coronavirus cases in Maharashtra crossed 8,000 mark, with Pune reporting 3 more deaths and 55 new positive cases. The coronavirus death toll in Indore rose to 60 after 3 people lost their lives, and first case of coronavirus was reported in Gorakhpur after a 50-year-old man tested positive. That's it from my side. Back to you, Deepshika.
Well, thank you so much for those updates, Sandesh. Now let's take a look at how the markets performed today. My colleague Saloni will take you through the same. Over to you, Saloni.
Thank you, Deepshika. Well, firm global cues and RBI's rupees 50,000 crore liquidity support is what helped Indian equity markets end on a firm footing on Monday. However, some fag in profit booking brought the indices off their day's high. RBI today announced a liquidity support for the mutual funds, wherein it will lend banks at lower rates and banks can avail these funds to meet the liquidity requirements of the mutual fund. This comes into effect today itself till May 11 or till the utilization of the amount, whichever is earlier. Sensex rose 416 points while Nifty ended close to the 9,300 mark. Bank stocks, FMCG and RIL were the top index contributors. Following RBI's move, AMC stocks rallied up to 11% today. On the earnings front, IndusInd Bank reported a 16% fall in its March quarter profit at 302 crore, while its provision spiked 56% on year-on-year basis. In the currency market, the rupee added 21 paise to 76.25 against the US dollar. Meanwhile, in the oil market, the Brent crude future slumped 4% to $23.81 per barrel. Well, that's all on the market front. Back to you.
Thank you, Saloni, for the brief insight into the markets. Now it's time to see some important headlines from all around the world. The United States recorded 1,330 more novel coronavirus deaths in the past 24 hours, according to figures reported late Sunday by Johns Hopkins University. The country now has an overall death toll of 54,841 with 9,64,937 confirmed infections. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson made his first public appearance after recovering from the virus. Speaking outside number 10 Downing Street, Johnson said, "We are now beginning to turn the tide on the disease." Europe's hardest hit countries reported promising drops in coronavirus daily death tolls on Sunday as governments around the world started peeling back lockdown measures in a bid to restore normal life and resuscitate crippled economies. Children in Spain were allowed outside for the first time in 6 weeks on Sunday, while hairdressers and other shops are set to reopen in Switzerland this week. The last COVID-19 patient in Wuhan has been discharged, and the hospitals in the epicenter of the global coronavirus pandemic in the central Chinese city have no coronavirus cases for the first time after more than 3 months. China's National Health Commission announced on Monday that 3 new confirmed cases were from 2 Chinese returning from abroad and 1 local transmission. Well, that was all for today. For more further updates, stay tuned to economictimes.com, and meanwhile, stay home, stay safe.